I don't want to say I owe my whole WWE career to him, but he could have easily been, well, get me somebody else. I don't like him, and then I would have never been. I would have never been there.
Rewind, recap, relive. For over 50 episodes, the revolutionary force in wrestling interview.
Well, you were really thrown in pretty quickly, like I said, after OVW made your debut against someone really established already in Kane. And you don't get nervous, you said, but did you feel any pressure, or what was your mindset? Did you want to do a good job? Like, can you walk us through your mindset?
I mean, I don't want to sound arrogant by any means, but like I played football in front of 100,000 people, like 80, ninety
Yeah.
thousand people. So coming out to an arena of 12,000 people is not, to me, like not overwhelming or intimidating. Or, I'm thinking to myself, I just think in my head what I had to do. And like like I said, paid my dues, got there. I was fortunate enough to get an opportunity. And I was always one of those guys, man, just give me the ball and I'm going to run, I'm going to score a touchdown. And that's just always been my mindset. So when they told me, hey, we're going to, like, I never knew what I was doing till literally like an hour before the show. That's the
Wow.
crazy thing. Like, I got there, they flew me in, stayed at the TV hotel, went to the arena, got my spot, put my stuff down, and I just went into catering. I just hung out in catering all day. Finally, Dean Malenko came over to me and he's like, "Hey, they want to see you out at the ring." I'm like, "Okay." So I go out there, and that's literally when I found out that Glenn and I were doing the angle and that I was going to hit him with the chair and yada yada and cause the miscarriage. Like I didn't have the slightest idea what I was doing till about an hour before that. It was crazy.
What was Kane like to work with? I hear he's one of pound for pound like the strongest guys, or at one point he was back there. Did you feel that?
Uh, I mean, all the guys were pretty strong. I mean, that's when the era of the big jacked up guys was. So like everybody was pretty strong, and we'd all work out at the gyms together. So that was kind of cool. But no, Glenn's awesome, man. Like he could have been like, "Hey, man, I don't like Snitsky. Get me somebody else." So I mean, that's literally how it was back then. And he liked me. We hit it off. We had good chemistry. I followed his lead. Did what he wanted me to do, and thankfully for me, you know, we hit it off, and he took me under his wing, and we did the storyline, and it led to a lot of other good opportunities for me. So he's uh he's always uh he's always been a guy that goes out of his way for the business, and everybody will tell you that. Like he's a true professional. But I just I don't want to say I owe my whole WWE career to him, but he could have easily been, you know, well, get me somebody else. I don't like him, and then I would have never been. I would have never been there. So just fortunate for me, I was the right place at the right time, and I took the ball, I ran with it, scored a touchdown, spiked the ball, and 20 years later, almost, we're still talking about it. So that's cool. Spike the baby.
Spike that, yeah. No, that's coming up. You got chokeslammed off the stage by Kane in that rivalry, and that's awesome. It was such a cool moment.
Thanks for reminding me. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I want to know about that. Like, what? Yeah, did you have any thoughts about that beforehand? How did it come about? I guess only what did they tell you that an hour beforehand too, that you were going to get tossed off the stage like that?
Luckily for that one, we had enough time to like walk through it. But the actual fall, the one you see on TV, is the very first time we actually jumped. So it was like I joke with my wife about it all the time. I'm like, you know, if I could jump off a stage backwards and just fall down and hit a table, I think everything else that we do around here, I'll be all right. Because we go four wheeling a lot, and she's very nervous with my driving. I don't know why, because I think I'm a great driver, but she doesn't think so. But yeah, it was just really weird, like trying to get like the footing down, like the placement. Like I mean, it's basically like an ST plunge, but you're landing on something hard as opposed to water. Basically, was for me, anyways. He was going forward, but I was going backwards, and I just jumped, man, and tucked my chin.
Oh, that's so cool. Like I said, a great visual though. I mean, it looked great. It looked like you destroyed you. Wrecking Ball, have you seen that moment?
I actually have not seen that moment. I'm sorry, Snitsky.
It's okay.
Nerd. That's all right.
Very go and watch it. Definitely. Now you know the backstory of it, so you should definitely go check it out.
No, it was definitely a daunting task. I never jumped off of a 10 or 15 foot high stage before backwards, so I was just expect the worst, hope for the best type of thing.
Did Kane give any words of wisdom with him being a little bit more of a veteran? No.
No. It was just one jumping, and that's that. When I grab you and I say we're going straight to hell, we're going right after that. I was like, all right.
Rewind, recap, relive. For over 50 episodes, the revolutionary force in wrestling interviews.